Hello guys, I'm back with another video. This might be a bit dark. I don't know. I'm testing out auto exposure right now, so I'm not using manual. This is a camera. Okay, I need to make a video. You can leave. Go back. Yeah, go back. But today's video is about hyperlapses. And if you don't know what a hyperlapse is, it's pretty much a time lapse, except you're moving the camera and you're keeping a subject and keeping that pinpoint a video but a time lapse. So that's what I'm making today, and basically I have never done this before and I just thought I would try it out and make a video on it. So that's what I'm gonna go do now, and stay around and watch it. Let's go. We've actually got this long road right here that leads to basically the top of the mountain. I'm gonna start the hyperlapse now. I would say it's about 600 meters. From the preview that I just looked on my camera, I can preview through each photo. It looked pretty good and everything seemed to be on point. Some photos were a bit crooked and angled, but I don't think that will be too much of a problem in the process. But now I'm gonna go on to location 2 and see if I can do it horizontal and see if that will turn out better. And I'm not sure because I've never done this before. I've just recently found this little statue, so I'm going to try and do a mini hyperlapse around this right now and see how it turns out. The sunset has gone down. You may be asking, what is a time hyperlapse and how do you do it? Well, first of all, a time lapse is when you take a photo every certain amount of time, example 1 second, it stays still and it basically just captures time and takes all those photos and just combines them into about like a 20-second, 10-second clip. And a hyperlapse is basically when you can, if you want to, focus on a subject and basically like take a photo each certain amount of time or steps, as you can step 3 steps, take a photo, step 4 steps, take a photo, or have an intervalometer on your camera that automatically takes a photo every certain amount of time. And that is basically all you need to know about how to do a time lapse. So I'm basically going to review the 3 time lapses I just created on my computer and see how they turned out. Note, on my phone, I just went onto the camera and then I just went over to time lapse and I just went over to that mode and I just held my phone up and I was just slowly trying to hold it as still as possible while tracking the car, and it looks actually really good. But I haven't tried it in the photo mode, taking each single photo, but there's honestly really no point. And when you are taking a hyper time lapse on your smartphone, you can see at the bottom there's a little red bar going around, and that's indicating every time it's taking a photo. So every time that bar makes a full rotation, that's how many times the photo is taken. So now I'm going to go into my bedroom and show you the final results of them. So let's go. Hello guys, it's the next morning and I went on to Premiere Pro and I tried to line up photos each time, but it was a bit too hard to do it manually and it didn't look as smooth. But this time I'm gonna be using the time-lapse mode built into the camera, because I tried it on my phone with the time-lapse mode and it looked pretty stabilized. This is the clip right here, and I know it only goes for a few seconds, but it does look pretty stable just for on the phone. So I'm gonna try do that so I don't have to do it in post. So that's what I'm gonna try and attempt to do now. So let's go. There we go. Now it is currently 8 o'clock. Can you see that? It's 8:43. The sun is up in the sky pretty high now, so there's going to be very harsh shadows, so it's not going to look as nice as yesterday, but I'm still going to think the hyperlapse mode, the hyperlapse effect will just give the shot what it needs and make it look way better. So last night I went into Adobe Premiere Pro and I went over to the panel thingy and I selected a ruler and brought the ruler guidelines onto a point that I wanted to track, and I basically just turned on the moving tool, so every time I moved it, it would stay, if you know what I mean. I tracked a tree on top of the mountain and it just didn't look as good, so hopefully the time lapse will like smooth it out and make it look a bit better. I gotta run back to the top of the hill to do it in time-lapse mode to see if there's a difference. And this looks pretty smooth, besides I'm full on running. Okay, so now I'm going to go into my settings in my camera and select time-lapse mode, and I'm going to go down to custom, and I'm going to make it to take a photo every single second, and I'm just going to put how long the clip goes for to the max, so I can just cut it or speed it up at the end if it still has time left at the end. So yeah. In 3, 2, 1. Another problem I'm running into is that it's really shaky, and the only way you could really fix that is if you used warp stabilizer in post, or you had a gimbal when you did this. Oh, and I might do another one with my phone since that looks so good. Once again, it's still really shaky. So I might put the time up and just be more careful with each step. But now I'm going to try and do that exact shot, but on my phone. So I'm going to do that now. This just looks so weird. See, I don't know why the iPhone shot looks so much smoother out of camera. It's a bit weird, but I guess this is not built for hyperlapse and it doesn't have the stabilization. But I'm going to try one more time along a tree, and if this doesn't work, I don't know what I'm going to do. Look who it is. Still seems to be a really not smooth, so hopefully I can smooth that out in post, but now I'm going to compare it to my iPhone. I've finished all the experiments, time lapses, so now I'm going to go home and see if they actually work this time. So I'll see you at the end of the video.
Why is our love it one-sided? It should really be give and take. Fill you up and leave me empty. Baby, was that my mistake? Covering his feelings, going through changes. I'm just so mad right now, I can't even think straight. So I'ma just tweet it and delete it, knowing you won't read it before we get too far away. I need to clear my mind. I'd rather just tweet it and delete it before we cross the line.